Hey guys, we have another hip-inspired practice today, and we'll begin together in a deer pose facing the back of the mat. So I won't be mirroring you here to set up facing the back of your mat with your left shin parallel with the back of your mat. There's a 90-degree bend in both knees, so your front knee and your back knee. I have my front pinky side edge of the foot down and the big toe edge of my back foot down on the mat. So in this class, we'll definitely have a chance to explore some mobility around the hip joints as well as strength. So let's get into it, starting here in deer. So for the grounding in today's practice, I'd like you to start with more of a movement-based grounding opportunity. So you'll come forward onto your fingertips, and you're welcome to close down your eyes and just start to move really freely. But with your inhale breath, can you invite some length along your spine? And with a slow exhale breath, maybe you begin to fold. Can change the position of where your hands are. Inhale breath to lengthen, exhale fold. I have a gentle sway as I just start to loosen into the hips. You can come back through center, maybe walk over towards the right, so your right side of the space, just checking in with how the hips feel. And just becoming aware quite quickly here of how you feel in your body, how your breath is moving for you and with you. And eventually you're welcome to come all the way down into a fold, whether it's I'm slightly over my left knee here. You might take more of a centered position over the left shin. Maybe it feels good to fold all the way over here. You get some nice space in the side body. Hey, but when you are ready to ground in, I invite you now to close your eyes if you're not already there, and take these next few breaths to sink in. This will be a flow style practice with some repetitive movements. So we'll start with some smaller movements and begin to add on. And my intention with this is to, with time and repetition, create more space for you in your body, especially around the hip joints. Maybe with that repetition as well, we start to build up a bit more energy, a bit more strength in the body as well. Okay, and when you are ready to come out of the pose, press into both hands, come through center. You can take a slow windshield wiper motion, knees quite wide as you flush out that work before we set up for the second side. So deer pose, facing the top of your mat now with your right knee shin forward. Again, both knees are at that 90-degree bend. You can flex through the feet. So the pinky side edge of your front foot's on the mat, and the big toe edge of your foot is on the mat from your back foot. This is my first movement of the day, so I'm still waking up. Take an inhale breath, lift and lengthen tall through your upper body, and let's add that flow to start. And you can surrender forward. Check in with different variations of this shape. You can fold over the right toes, the right knee through center. Definitely some more freedom to explore in this. So if you feel a little bit awkward in your body, close down your eyes and just remind yourself that you won't learn more about your body without taking the time to really have an introspective practice. So moving away from some of the traditional cues for a moment and just getting to be in your body. And eventually you will fold forward in a place that feels good, but also is offering some sensation. It doesn't have to be intense. It doesn't have to be big or bold. But can you continue to receive messages from the body where you might be feeling tight, where you might be feeling more open, more space? And you continue to allow your breath to assist you in this this journey, this exploration. Take a few more breaths wherever you are. And slowly press up onto your hands again. This time, take your feet towards the top of your mat to windshield wiper. Again, you can keep the knees and the feet wide. Windshield wiper, release that hold. We'll come into a reverse tabletop to kind of neutralize the hips, but also open up the front line. Okay, so bring your hands flat to the mat, fingertips point in the same direction as your toes. With your inhale breath, can you press into your feet, into your hands, squeeze your glutes as you lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Maybe open up your chest and lift your gaze towards the ceiling. And exhale, soften down to the mat. We'll take two more, flow with breath. Inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. And exhale, soften in. One more time. Inhale, press into your feet, into your palms, squeeze as you lift. And exhale, soften in. Give yourself a gentle hug. Wrap your arms around your shins. You can tuck your chin to your chest. And let's cross the ankles, roll over, come into a downward facing dog. So if you know you need a bit more movement before down dog, of course, take it. Cow cat, some movement on all fours. And when you do land in down dog, take some slow movements as you pedal out the knees, lengthen along your spine. You can shake your head out a few times, no, yes. Then let's lift the right leg up and back behind. Bend your right knee and stack your hip and take slow hip circles. Start in one direction. You're drawing big or small circles with your right knee. And let's reverse, opposite direction, big circles. And then pause through center. Come high onto your left toes, look forward. Land your right foot at the top of your mat. Okay, shimmy your left toes back, lower your back knee, top of your foot. We'll keep the hands on the mat for this first one. If you have blocks, you can bring a block underneath each hand, okay? And with your inhale breath, can you send your gaze slightly forward? With your exhale, take a half split pose. So you'll shift your left knee back just slightly, walk your hands towards the back of the mat. Right away, we release the compression in the right hip flexor muscles and invite some space in the back of the right leg. Take an inhale breath to lengthen, exhale to fold. And let's shift together forward and back through that a couple times. Inhale, come forward, keep your hands on the mat, send your chest, your gaze through. And as you exhale, walk your hands back, send your hips back, fold over your right leg. One more time, inhale breath, come forward. And exhale, hips press back. From here, bring your right foot towards the top of your mat, tuck your left toes. Find a bit of buoyancy, a slow shift as you step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up, full body stretch. Hips forward, upper body back. Mountain pose, release hands to side body. Give your shoulders a big roll. Anchor through both feet. Squeeze your quads, your glutes. You're really active here in this standing position. Inhale, reach your arms up and over. Another big stretch. Exhale, slow fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, downward facing dog, step back. Left leg will kick up and back this time. Bend your knee and stack your hip. We'll add those slow hip circles. Pick one direction to start with. It doesn't matter which way you start. Invite that mobility into your hip joint. Reverse the direction. Slow circles the opposite way. When you're ready, come high onto your right toes. Look forward. Left foot will land at the top of the mat. Shimmy your right toes back and land in your lunge. Fingertips stay on your mat or your blocks. Take an inhale breath. Lengthen through your chest. Gaze forward. As you exhale, shift back into your half split hamstring stretch. You explore flexing in the left ankle. So your toes work back towards your shin. Create that long line of energy in the back of your left leg. Keep your spine long. Let's flow a couple times back and forth. Inhale, shift forward, left foot to the mat. Sweep your arms up and over. Oh, sorry, we're keeping the hands on the mat for now. That just felt good. Exhale, hips press back. Extend your left leg long. Of course, if you sweep your arms overhead, there's nothing wrong with that. We'll get there eventually anyway. So inhale forward and exhale back. All right, inhale, come forward. Anchor your left foot, tuck your right toes under. Find that slow shift of balance and step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, come through to mountain pose. Okay, we'll start to add on. Inhale, breath, arms reach up and over. Exhale, slow hinge, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. This time we'll add a slow vinyasa, knees to the mat, slow lower chest to the mat. Cobra pose with your inhale. Peel just your chest, maybe hover your palms, gaze slightly forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg will kick up and back behind you. You can bend your knee, come high on your left toes, look forward. There's your lunge. With your inhale, keep your hands on the mat, chest gaze move through. Exhale, hips press back, half split pose and fold. This time, inhale, come forward, right foot flat to the mat. Sweep your arms up overhead, inhale, breath. As you exhale, bring your right hand to your right hip. Reach your left arm up and over for a lateral stretch. So from the front, it will look something like this. Okay. So you reach up and over. Can you roll your left shoulder, your top shoulder back? Maybe lift up through your gaze. Inhale, breath. Stay for your exhale. Inhale will bring you back up through center. On your exhale, plant your hands, tuck your back toes. Hold your lunge this time at a twist. Left hand down, right arm will reach up. A gentle twist through the torso. You can look up towards the fingertips. We're just here for a moment. Inhale, breath. Exhale, right hand down. Step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, full body stretch. Exhale, hands meet at heart center. Tree pose on the left leg. So shift your weight into your left foot. Bend your right knee up in towards your chest. Soften your shoulders from your ears. And then you can take your, I'll just turn to mirror you here. You can take your right foot anywhere on the inner line of your left leg. So that might be the ankle, the calf, or your inner thigh. Okay. Hands meet at heart center. Give your shoulders a gentle roll. And there's that energetic drawing in of the inner left thigh and the right foot, or the inner left leg and the right foot. See if you can activate more through your glutes, your core, grow tall through your spine. And then, of course, you're welcome to add the arms. You can reach your arms up overhead, open to a V. Maybe a bind and behind you feels good. We're here for a few more rounds of breath. So see if you can continue to anchor down through your left foot. On your next exhale, bring your hands to heart center, send your right knee forward, bring both feet flat to the mat. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, slow hinge, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank pose, lower your knees, lower all the way to your belly. This time, locust pose. Inhale, breath, squeeze your inner thighs, arms reach back behind you. Let's lift everything up. Feet lift, legs lift, gaze slightly forward. You feel the activation in the back line of your body, but that opening in the front line. Stay for one more inhale breath. Exhale, soften down. Downward facing dog. Left leg will kick up and back behind you. Bend your knees, stack your hip, come high on your right toes, look forward. There's your lunge. Okay, hands stay down for this first one. Inhale, chest gaze, move through. Exhale, shift back, half split, forward fold over your left leg. Inhale, shift forward. Okay. And reach your arms up overhead this time. A left hand will meet your left hip. Right arm will reach up and over, take your lateral stretch. So you'll lengthen tall through the spine, still anchored through your hips as you invite the opening along the outer right rib cage. Lift your chest, lift your gaze. Inhale, come back up through center. As you exhale, plant your hands, tuck your right toes, twist, twisting lunge, right hand down to the mat, left arm will reach up towards the ceiling. Left hip back, right hip forward. Rinse through the midline of the body. Just here for one more inhale breath. Exhale, left hand down to the mat. Big step to the top of your mat fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, all the way up. Inhale, mountain pose, exhale. Okay, let's take tree pose, other side. So your weight shifts into your right foot now. Bend your left knee up in towards your chest. So I'll turn to mirror you once again. Sole of your left foot meets somewhere along the inner line of the leg. It's recommended to land above or below the knee joint to avoid putting pressure on that inner line of the knee. So just be mindful of that. And if you really struggle with balance, or if it's feeling like an extra struggle today, see if you can find one point that's not moving. So the fixed gaze, this is our drishti, point of concentration. And the idea is that when the gaze settles to stillness, we allow the body and the mind to follow. So find that one point. You're welcome to explore any arm variation. Take what feels good for you. Still breathing as you explore the depth of the shape. And eventually your exhale will bring you back through center, both feet flat to the mat. Inhale, breath, lift up, grow tall. Exhale, slow hinge and fold. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, plant your hands, step back again, we'll lower knees and come all the way down to the belly. Second set, cobra, tops of your feet flat, inhale, peel just the chest. And exhale, soften, downward facing dog. Okay, we have one more flow, a couple more add-ons, so stay with me here. Right leg will kick up and back. Look forward, step forward, lunge. Fingertips stay on the mat. Inhale, chest gaze, pull through. Exhale, half split pose as you fold forward over your right leg. Inhale, come forward, arms sweep up overhead. Exhale, lateral stretch, right hand to right hip, left arm will reach over. Inhale, back through center, grow tall. Exhale, hands to the mat, tuck your left toes. Twisted lunge, inhale, right arm will reach up, look up. And exhale, right hand to the mat. This time, standing split, find a gentle shift, a rock forward and back. Come onto your standing right leg as you kick your left leg up towards the ceiling. Torso will fold forward over your right leg. Now, lots of options to explore. You can keep your fingertips rooted where they are. Maybe you start to walk your hands back closer to the right ankle. There might be a soft bind. Wherever you are, focus on the strength of your strong right quad, glutes. Let that decompression settle in along the spine as your upper body hangs heavy. And then continue to kick up and back with your left heel. Stay for one more inhale breath. Forward fold, exhale. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach up, look up. Mountain pose, exhale. Standing figure 4 this time. So you'll shift your weight again into your left foot. Bend your right knee up in towards your chest. And then cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Slowly sit your hips back. You can keep your hands at hips, hands to heart. Okay, so from the front, might look something like this. Okay, upper body stays tall. Keep your chest lifted, gaze forward. And enjoy the sensation in the quads, the glutes, as you energetically draw your right knee down. Sit further back, more weight in the heel. Any arm variation you'd like to explore to invite the upper body into this shape. And then inhale, come back up through center. Inhale, arms sweep up, reach up. Exhale, slow fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank, lower knees, lower to belly. One more time, locust pose. Inhale, lift everything up off the mat. Feet, legs, gaze forward. Exhale, soften in. Downward facing dog. Hey, this is it, you guys. Left leg up and back, bend your left knee. Look forward, step forward, and lunge. Inhale, draw your chest gaze through. Half split with your exhale, hips press back. Inhale, come forward, sweep your arms up and over, invite space. Lateral side bend, lateral stretch. Left hand to left hip, right arm will reach up and over. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your toes. Twist your lunge, right hand down, left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, left hand to the mat. Find your rock. Standing splits. Allow your torso to fold over your left leg. Hey, we lengthen the back of the left leg here. Fire up the quad, the glutes. Head will hang heavy as you decompress the spine. Give your head a little shake just to remind it to relax. And you can explore that depth by walking your hands towards your body. Maybe you wrap around the ankle as you energetically kick that right leg up towards the ceiling. Stay for one more inhale breath. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Big stretch all the way up. Mountain pose. Okay, last standing balance. Shift your weight into your right foot. Bend your left knee up in towards your chest. Standing figure 4. Left ankle will cross over right thigh as you sit back into the hips. Okay. Something like that. Again, just like tree pose, find one point to set your gaze to find your balance, especially if you're feeling really wobbly today. Glutes are on. Energetically send your left knee down. Weight more back into your right heel. Grow tall through your spine. These are all just little reminders to tune into different parts of your body. You can tune me out, of course, and just explore this in your own way. Taking a couple more rounds of breath. And with your next inhale, rise all the way back up, both feet flat to the mat. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, slow fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Child's pose. Lower your knees down to the mat. Hips to your heels. Forehead to the earth. Take a few rounds of breath in the shape as you give yourself permission to unwind from the work. Then press into your hands, come all the way up Swing your legs around and lie onto your back. Couple shapes before we end practice today. Let's start with a spinal twist. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. Invite a gentle rock, side to side, massage out through the front and the side body. And then press into your left foot, swing your hips to the right, then extend your left leg long as you guide your right knee towards the left. Right arm can open to a cactus or a T. Gaze might fall over the opposite shoulder. You can also take this twist in a more of like an eagle leg bind or a twisted root variation. And you can also take this shape with the knees stacked, okay? Especially if either one of those options feels like it's a bit too intense today. And wherever you choose to be for the next few rounds of breath, just close down your eyes and really soften in. Linger for as long as you like in this shape, and when you are ready to come out, we'll open up into a reclined tree pose. So realign your hips through neutral. Open your right knee out to the side of the space, and the sole of your right foot meets the inner line of your left leg. Now, in this variation, it doesn't really matter if you're resting on the knee. We're not standing and putting pressure on that joint. So just a comfortable place. You can rest your hands on the front of your hips. Close down your eyes and soften into the muscles along the inner thigh. Can you soften your glutes? Just allow your hips to just open up here. And with your right hand, gently guide your right knee back through center. If that felt good, stay longer. No rush to come out. We're moving on to the other side when you're ready to do so. Left knee in towards chest. Start with that gentle rock. Move to your twist. When you're ready, root through your your right foot to swing your hips over to the left. Extend your right leg long, slowly open up. Cactus arm or a T shape for the left arm. Gaze might fall over the shoulder. And again, you have the options to bind up the legs. Maybe you stack the knees. Take what you need for your closing shapes, your final twist here. We'll open up to that reclined tree on this side. Slowly come through center, realign your hips. Right leg is long. Sole of left foot lands somewhere along the inner left thigh. Bring your hands to the front of your hips. Soften your shoulders from your ears. And let's surrender into this pose. Can you take deep, full rounds of breath? Use your breath as a tool to guide you towards relaxation. Letting go of the gripping, the clenching in the body. Extend your left leg to meet your right when you're ready to do so. Final Savasana is waiting for you when you're ready to land there. Take up as much space as you can, legs, arms out wide. You can rock your head from side to side. Soften your shoulders down your back. And extend this feeling of rest and ease, if that's where you're at, into the next few moments of this Shavasana. You soak in these final few moments for as long as you can here today. Take a moment to silently thank yourself for showing up on your mat again. You've made it so far. You send out a silent thank you to others who have been able to roll out their mat today. Take a few mindful breaths so they can step out into the world with a bit more mindfulness as well. And thank you so much for trusting me and guiding you, for joining me in this journey of movement. Such a pleasure from my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. I hope this movement practice, this work you're doing, is really creating some feel good energy in your body, that you're able to step out into the world feeling good, feeling connected, and just spreading this infectious energy to others around you. Looking forward to practicing with you again tomorrow.